Hey, what's going on out there, ladies and gents, and what's going on out there, my fellow FC Bayern fans? How are you people doing? Here back again with another football video here, and I recently got this idea inside my head this morning because I was scrolling through football Twitter to see what the transfer updates are and all that stuff. Keeping up with the transfer news, and apparently, if you look at Real Madrid, their midfield is like so stacked that they might not have room to keep everybody. So this kind of gave me the idea that Bayern. I personally think they should pursue Tchouaméni. That's right. If we're talking about Tchouaméni, man, I gotta admit it, he's been one of my favorite uprising footballers this past year, especially from the time he came to Real Madrid. Like his performances with Real Madrid, I would have to say are a great reason why I think Bayern should pursue him. Just because if Real Madrid are looking to basically sell Tchouaméni, or I think Tchouaméni's the guy that Real Madrid want to sell from what I've been reading on football Twitter. And if Bayern go after him, then imagine our midfield trio of Tchouaméni, Kimmich, and Musiala. Like, bro, we could go all the way to the Champions League final, and this is what Bayern also need to do in the transfer window, in my opinion, because obviously I read the news that Harry Kane's wife apparently was in Bavaria and she was looking for a house. So I imagine that Bayern are going to get Harry Kane because let's be honest, I think that Harry Kane to Bayern is inevitable at this point. And, the sooner it happens, then the better, because it's like, we're trying to win a Champions League here, and Harry Kane, is going to give us a great opportunity for us to win a Champions League. Because let's be honest here, going back to that 2019 Champions League final, if you people remember, Harry Kane, I guess he wasn't fully healthy. That's the reason why the Champions League final was kind of a snooze fest, I guess you could say, in 2019. But I personally think with a fully healthy Kane, Bayern can do some serious damage in the Champions League, just because Harry Kane is still a very solid striker, and he's the reason why I think he's the reason that could be the missing link to, Bayern's Champions League run. Because let's be honest, our Champions League window, I think, is still open. We still have a great back for, especially with, hopefully Neuer coming back from injury soon, that it could put us in the Champions League spotlight again. And this is why I say, us going after Tchouaméni would be absolutely great for the club, and which is what I think our board should do. Just because, like I said, man, Tchouaméni, you look at his performances with the World Cup, especially with France, man, especially that goal he scored against England. That was just a world-class finish by Tchouaméni. That's, in my opinion, the most impressive World Cup goal. Well, I can't tell you which one is, yeah, let's be honest here. My favorite World Cup goal would have to be Tchouaméni's strike against England, especially in the semifinals. Like, for him just to strike the ball like that goes to show you here that Tchouaméni's finishing is absolutely incredible, and that he could be another, a Federico Valverde type of player. And that's the type of player that Bayern could really use, because, Federico Valverde, let's be honest, you look at Real Madrid's midfield, man, and if there is one thing I can honestly admit about Madrid, is that their midfield has just been absolutely killing it, especially this past year in the Champions League. Like, that's the reason why they still are technically in Champions League contentions, just because of that insane midfield they have. And, Real Madrid have shown everybody that all you need is really a good midfield to go to a Champions League final, and plus a good striker. That's all you need. And Real Madrid, they've shown us that, so which is why I think Bayern should, copy the Real Madrid blueprint and go after Tchouaméni. So yeah, Tchouaméni, man, a player who has a lot of great potential, and just the impact he made for the France national team, especially at the World Cup, was freaking incredible. That it makes me realize here that, just think about it, Bayern having a midfield trio of Kimmich, you have Tchouaméni there, plus you also have who else? Oh yeah, Musiala, can't forget about him. Just add those players to Bayern's midfield trio, and Bayern's midfield could do some serious freaking damage, especially in the Champions League, because that's what Bayern really need, especially after, we failed to adequately replace players like Toni Kroos and Thiago, and I'm talking about us finding player replacements that could help us win another Champions League, because ever since we let go of Thiago, we haven't been back to a Champions League final. So yeah, us going after Tchouaméni is another priority that I think should be on the Bayern board's list. If Bayern are willing to pay 60 million for Tchouaméni, I guess, depending on how much Madrid want for him. But it's like, come on, man, Tchouaméni, and if he's available, Bayern should do everything they can to get him. That's all I gotta say. Let's go Bayern.